AMIE is a group called Advancing Minorities' Interest in Engineering. It represents the 11 accredited black schools of engineering. And AMIE came together because so many corporations wanted to meet with the deans of the historically black college and university engineering schools, because there is where they can recruit large numbers of well-qualified engineers. Those 11 schools represent a small percent, 3 percentage points, of all the 330 plus schools of engineering in America. But they produce 30% of all the black engineering graduates in America, year after year after year. Corporations like Boeing, like IBM, like Cisco Systems, like Northrop Grumman, like Lockheed Martin, the biggest corporations in America, need to recruit the best talent. And that talent comes from all the schools of engineering, not just the very top of the field. As a result of meeting year after year at the Black Engineer of the Year Awards, talking with the deans in the historically black college and university dean's breakfast, meeting with them in the dean's roundtable, seeing them at the awards and recruiting their graduates, the corporations decided they wanted a more formal relationship. And that relationship grew into the organization we now call AMIE, Advancing Minorities' Interest in Engineering. I'm happy and feel fortunate to have been there at the birth of AMIE and to have helped to make it grow. Stay tuned and you'll learn more about this fascinating organization and how many graduates it has produced.
What do you all see as the biggest challenge in preparing students to be competitive to go and work for major companies such as IBM and Microsoft?
Lack of preparation in mathematics more than anything else, and that is the first problem that we have to deal with when we bring our students in. And all of the engineering curriculum, especially all accredited engineering curriculum, begin with calculus. And we find that only a percentage of our students are ready to go into calculus during their freshman year. So that is one of the first problems that we have to address.
Our school system in junior and senior high is 180 days typically a year, while the England, France, Deutsch, even India, China, Korea, Japan, they all have about 125 days of schooling in the year. So you just imagine that every year from the junior high on till senior high, you are missing 30 days every year. So that the accumulation of that one, when our high school graduate compare with France or Deutsch, you can see that we are lacking another year of schooling.
In high school, what kind of exposure does a student they have? When we visited the high schools in inner cities and rural area, we noticed that they don't really offer the math and science courses that are necessary.
And so I tell you frankly, one of the biggest problems we have at Morgan State is not the potential or capability of the student to negotiate an engineering degree. And I've always said, you don't have to be brilliant to be an engineer, you have to be steady to be an engineer. And so I am going to just say it, that I'm finding that if I had the way to package these students financially, I could increase my yield tremendously.
I think if they don't have that, and I think a lot of our students from whatever background they come from don't really understand what engineers do in terms of their management and their influence on the country and the products and the economy. And I think we need to find ways, in addition to making the education affordable and accessible, we have to make sure our students are excited as well.
Many times our students don't even want to leave the state of Mississippi. And one of the reasons for that is that they are first-time college-bound students. And many times when they come to Jackson State, that's their first time away from home. They've never even been away from their rural areas in some instances, or even in the, if they come from areas such as St. Louis, Detroit, that track, They've never been outside of their own place of abode.
At Howard, I think our concerns are broadening the participation of students in competitive things that will prepare them for competitiveness. When I look at the list of things that we probably have, we have an array of competition. We have a skins competition, a PACE program, steel bridge competition, canoe race competition, eco cars, students get involved in undergraduate research. We have programming competitions and charrettes. So the idea is that these are extracurricular things, and the idea is to broaden that so every student passes through one of those pathways, and that doesn't happen. So I think our charge is to really get more students to participate in these activities, which will sharpen their skills and teach them how to participate on teams and to become competitive. So I think we provide a foundation. We just have to get more students to do that.
And I think it's good for the students and the corporate folks to see that we talk to each other a lot. We're competitors, but we're a team. And we meet several times a year. We do teleconferences, and we do try to solve the same challenges that we have in a way that helps us all, because ultimately, again, it helps the students.
Technology is the basis of America's business. It propelled the American economy into the world leadership in the 20th century, and we are still there in the 21st. Staying there will require a better appreciation of what minority communities can do to produce more of the technical pioneers we can show you.